Hey everybody, Justin Senior here. Welcome to the Shopify Success live training, and I'm super excited to start this training off with you guys. This is a super unique training, really the second time I've ever done this. And the first time it was just a really unbelievably powerful training. Everyone got a lot out of it, so I'm super excited to have you guys in here today. Give me a quick one in the chat box here if you could hear me. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me all right. And we got about 40 people here, so we have most of the class here, and that's good. So I just want to, okay, cool, everyone could hear. Give me a 2 if you could see my little agenda on the screen. Give me a quick 2 in the chat box. Okay, great. So everything is set up well. I want to say that this is going to be recorded. So the recording will be published probably later on tonight. It takes a while because this is going to be probably about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours of work here today. And you see what we're trying to accomplish. Now, I have to say I'm a little sick right now, so my voice is going in and out. So hopefully we can make it throughout the whole training here. But I want to make sure that we're very interactive throughout the whole training. So we're going to have this chat box. Use it for questions, any comments you have, whatever. I don't think you guys can see the chat box, probably just me. But either way, use it for question and answer in here. And we're going to really cover a lot. By the end of this class, we will have a live store. We will have a customized store, probably just for missing a couple things like a logo. Obviously, you're going to need to get a designer to create our logo. But we're going to talk about niches first. We're going to talk about setting up the store, customizing it. We're going to do store settings. And we are going to install apps. We're going to do a lot. And then finally, we're going to actually do some product research. Not all of it, but we'll do the idea of it. You guys are going to help me with the product research in between. And then I'll talk about the schedule and some goals, and then we'll close with a Q&A. So again, a lot of work here. This class is going to be maybe redundant for some of you if you've already gone through the process of customizing, but I want to show every single step in this process. So first I want to talk about, I guess that was the introduction, right? I mean, we're going to be covering a lot. You guys are going to be literally watching everything. And yes, it definitely is going to be recorded. Every class is recorded. I want to talk about niches, okay? I made a couple posts in the group, and I know that we have definitely had a little bit of a discussion in the group. And I proposed a couple of niches. I think I proposed, obviously, wedding. I proposed poker. I think maybe unicorns and something else as well. And you could see that in those niches, they all shared kind of a similar idea. And it's basically subjects where people can be passionate about whatever the subject of the niche is. Okay, and I'm just bringing this little PDF on the screen right now. This is a list of 40 niches. You don't have to pick a niche like this for your store. Obviously, I didn't pick our niche, which is wedding. It's not on this store. But you get the point. Everything on this page involves passion. Okay, that's the real key. You don't see one thing on this page that doesn't involve passion, right? Let's say sewing. Well, people are passionate about that. Or running triathlons. People are passionate about that. Or politics, right? Obviously, people are passionate about that. That's the number one most important thing that you need to find, right? You need to absolutely find a niche where people are passionate about the subject. Okay. That's very, very, very important. Okay, the reason why it's so important is because that's the direct route to the credit card. So why don't you guys post some niche ideas that you guys are having for your store, and I'll kind of talk about how they fit in with this idea that we want to have passion surrounding everything. Okay, so let's see. Yep. So some of the niches listed, and I'm not going to associate them with your names, just in case you want to keep these close. But we're talking about, niches like, for example, dogs, right? Or fishing, or survival, or cats, right? Incredibly passionate niches. And that's really the first thing that you need to look for. Okay, that's the other ones: woodworking, RVing, golf, fitness, travel, perfect, right? Things that people are passionate about. Right. So when we were talking about the niches that I was describing in the group, right? Weddings, obviously people are super passionate about that. Right. Poker, people are super passionate about that. Unicorns, people are passionate about that as well. Right? Now, what if you pick a niche and you're not sure if people are passionate about it? Right? I think that if you're not sure if someone's passionate about the niche, then it's not a good enough niche. Right? And I don't need you to tell me how many people or what type of person or the average customer. I don't need that information. I just need to know, are people passionate about the subject? That's the first thing that we look for. Okay, and there's a couple other things that we look for, but in terms of moving on to the next step, we need to have a niche that people are passionate about. Okay, if you were going to come in here and tell me something like doing your taxes, right? I don't think anyone is passionate about that, right? I don't think anyone's going to want to buy products to show their passion, right? Alan says wolves, right? People are definitely passionate about wolves. So that would be a good subject or a good niche for your store. But you see 40 examples on here, right? 40 examples on the screen with passion all about them. And they fall into different categories like job titles, right? Like let's say dentists or teachers or coaches or engineers, right? They're passionate about their jobs. Okay. How about interests, right? Well, interests, obviously those are going to be more like hobbies, right? They kind of go in the same lines. If you're interested in something, if you have a hobby in something, you're passionate about it, right? Same thing for activities. If you partake in an activity, you're probably passionate about that activity. Okay, and you see on the screen, I mean, there's no question about it. I don't need to ask you guys. I mean, it would be the most obvious question ever, right? If I said, are people passionate about surfing? Well, obviously, right? I don't need to know how many. I just need to know, are people passionate? Okay, that's step one. Okay, step two is actually going to require Facebook ads. Okay, and this is a brand new brand new ad account here that we're going to be using in here. Got no information in it. It's going to be our brand new pixel and all that stuff. I'll grab the pixel later on, but I want to go into a tool called Audience Insights right now inside your Ads Manager account, and you're going to be able to actually prove out the second half of what we need to prove for a niche. There's only two things that we're looking for. Okay, number one is passion. Okay, number two is size. Okay, number two is the actual size of the niche. So someone posted cats, right? You come over here in Audience Insights, type in your niche, you look for the size, and it's got 30 million people. Okay, that's huge. Right, 30 million people, that's a huge amount of people, and really all we need to find is at least 500,000. Ideally, we'd be in the millions, right? But if you have a passionate niche and you still see 500,000, I'd be okay with you going with that. That's okay, right? But the bigger the amount of people in there, the bigger the upside. Basically, the more money you could make, okay? So we could try another one. For example, poker. Right, we're going to see 4.5 million people every single month are into poker, okay? And obviously that's very solid, right? That's a good amount of people for sure. And that means that there's enough upside in this to make it worth our while, right? The only two things that we're doing to prove a niche, we're doing size and passion, okay? So if you know that your niche has passion and you can get to this next point and enter in your niche and then find that this is more than 500,000, then you're done, okay? Now, more specifically, we want to go in and look at the targeting options inside of the niche. We're going to cover that next time. Okay, that's going to be the first thing that we do on our next class. We're actually going to build live ads and actually set our first ads live, and you'll see in the schedule how that works into our classes. But the short of it is we just need to find that there are enough people, right? Now, there are some instances. I'm just going to give you not a random one, but one that I just know. Labrador Retriever niche has 3 million people in it, right? It's a passionate niche, right? Obviously, people are passionate about it. Pretty much every single dog breed out there. Okay. Now, this niche passes our test, but in terms of the actual targeting options, there's not that many. Okay. So, in an ideal world, you'd find 3 different things. Number one, you'd find passion. Number two, you'd find size, and number 3, you'd find lots of different targeting interests, right? Individual interests that you would target. In a Labrador niche, it's an odd example. There's 3 million people that like it, but there's less than 10 interests in there. You're going to learn in the next class why the amount of interest is so important, okay? But for poker, there are plenty of interests. For wedding, plenty of interests. And obviously, we're going to be going with the wedding niche. But either of those niches would have worked perfectly, okay? And being that this is a live success class, this is just my normal testing. If I hit a niche, I'll test 8 to 12 products over the first 2 weeks. If I don't hit a scalable winner, or if I don't see ad stats that are really positive, and I'll cover all that throughout this course, then I'm going to leave the niche. Okay, so we're going to be definitely starting with wedding. We're going to build a wedding store today. If we don't hit the wedding store in our first 8 to 12 products, we're absolutely going to be moving off. We're probably going to go and go right into the poker store afterwards. But either of the niches are great to go with, right? They're very big in size, right? Poker was 4.5 million. Weddings were something like 20 million, 15 to 20 million. And obviously, in both of the niches, they're very passionate. And that's all we need to do when it comes to niches, right? I saw a couple questions in the group about general, right? Definitely think that general is not the way to go. Okay, if you spend $1 on ads to a general store, I spend $1 on ads to a niche store, I'm going to make more money on my general, I'm sorry, on my niche store. Niche stores will always make more money, and you're going to see here, it's because we are actually building a niche environment. Okay. So that being said, we have our niche. We've proven our niche, right? And it's very easy. You want to go prove your niche. Number one, ask, are people passionate? Number two, are there more than 500,000 people in the niche? That's all you need to do. Okay. So, in terms of the testing, you'll see the testing setup laid out, but we're just talking about targeting and more so upside of the niche, right? If we typed in or let's say we were doing Labrador Retriever, we typed this in and it said 125,000 people, that'd be too small. Okay, that's too small for us to actually go ahead and focus on. So very, very easy when it comes to niches. There's not much that you need to actually pay attention to, except for the fact that you need to understand that passion is the direct route to the credit card. If you don't have passion, you don't have a store. If you don't have passion, no one's going to get excited about your products. You could have the best targeting in the world. It doesn't matter, right? If you don't have a passionate niche, no one is taking their credit card out to buy. Okay, that's the bottom line. And of course, sizing wise, that's just about your upside. That's just about how much money you're going to make. Okay, so very easy to pick a niche. Don't get caught up on that, right? You can build, you're going to see, I'm going to build a Shopify store in less than an hour. I'm going to customize it 99% of the way there. And it's going to take less than a day's work, right? Which means don't spend more than an hour picking a niche, right? If you pick a niche and you fail, that's fine. 2 weeks later, you can go ahead and start the next niche, right? You're not buying inventory. There's very, very, very little upfront cost. And I'm going to share my extended discount Shopify link. You're going to get 21 days before you even need to spend $1 on Shopify. So you could prove out the entire business before you even have to give Shopify a single dollar, right? So don't stress about the niche. Pick a passionate niche and try it. If it doesn't work, move on to the next one, right? Very, very simple. So that being said, we're going to actually go ahead and set up a store right now. Right, we're literally going to have the store that I'm going to be sending traffic to, that I'm going to be adding product to, the entire store of this Shopify Success Training we're building right now. And it's not going to take that long at all. And we're going to use, like I said, that little discount link that I have available for everyone. I want to bring it up on the screen. It's shopify.com/Scener. And as of this point, the only thing that I've created is a new ads account inside my business manager. So we'll just go inside of my ads manager. You see it's completely empty. There's no information in it, right? There's no data in it. There's no pixels or anything like that. I think this might show, yeah. So we have to even create our pixel, right? Nothing has been done. Brand new Facebook pixel inside my business manager account, right? Just showing that we're literally starting from scratch, and we're going to build a store from scratch as well. So we're going to go over here. Shopify.com/CENER, my last name. They finally gave me my own Shopify landing page because I'm one of the top affiliates out there. You're going to be able to get 21 days of an extended free trial, and you're going to get 10% off every single month for an entire year when you use this link. So make sure you bookmark this link. This is only good for new stores, of course, but definitely want to bookmark this link. Keep it handy. For every store that you build, you definitely want to get on this and get that extended free trial. I mean, like I said before, you could literally prove the entire business before you have to give Shopify $1. And that's just a pretty amazing thing for any entrepreneurial venture. You get the whole platform for basically for free to have a full test run. Okay. Obviously, also 10% off for every single month is going to be pretty nice as well. So the only other thing I created was an email address, just so I could obviously sign up for my Shopify store. So I have this over here. Then we need a store name. And we posted a couple of suggestions in the group. I'm going to go with this one. Out of the aisle. Now, when it comes to store names, I'm really just trying to create something that is like similar to like a pun. That's something that's going to be like an inside joke for the niche. When you're trying to basically create a sense of branding where we're basically going to set up a store or set up a domain where people understand right off the bat what's going on, right? And there were a lot of great suggestions in terms of names. Not many were available, so I'm going with the wedding aisle type pun out of the aisle.com. We're going to get a nice logo designed, and I'll talk about that in a second. I'm just going to move this off screen right now and put in my personal information. Okay, so I'm just entering my personal information over here, bring this back on the screen, and now we're back already here into Shopify. And if you've never set up a Shopify store before, I'm just going to show you what we have right now. We already have a fully functional e-commerce store right off the bat, right? We have a section that we're going to customize. We're actually going to use this theme. This is called the Debut theme. I really like the minimal theme. I like the Debut theme. I like the Brooklyn theme. This is going to be one of the first times I'm showing a training customizing the Debut theme because it's very powerful. And just a little different way to show you how to set up. So the important thing to notice here is that we already have a shopping cart, right? We already have a shopping cart. We already accept credit card, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, PayPal, Apple Pay, right? Right out of the box, we already have all that, right? And that's why Shopify is really the only consideration you could have when it comes to your e-commerce platform. I mean, they're so far ahead of the game. It would be literally, in my opinion, it would be stupid to use anyone else. So, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Shopify is obviously the best platform, publicly traded company right now. One of the hottest tech companies out there. So you're in good hands when you're working with Shopify. So we have our theme installed, and you can go ahead and customize your online store to install another theme if you want. Like I said, minimal is a pretty good theme, but for the most part, Debut can get the job done for what you need. And we're going to jump right into this by going to customize the theme. This is the first thing that we would need to do, right? Because we have our site over here, and it's super ugly, right? Very ugly. No one would ever want to buy from us. Obviously, there's nothing in the site. There's 0 products, no apps, no settings set up, no customization. But the most important thing is we already have our fully functional shopping cart ready to go, okay? So we're going to come over here, and now we're going to start customizing the theme. We're in our online store section, and you're going to be spending most of your time on the home and on the orders dashboards here, obviously on the reports as well. But really, when you're starting, you're going to spend most of your time on the online store, customize theme button. And this is going to allow us to actually walk through the entire store and customize every single page on the store without ever looking at code. Okay, that's what you need to understand about this customize theme section. We're going to be customizing this theme without ever looking at any code at all. So we're going to start with general settings. And we're going to go into colors, okay? Now, we have a couple different settings here. Actually, I'll just show you the overall settings, right? We have header. Right, we're going to be putting our logo there. We have an announcement bar that I'm going to add in here. But we'll start over here under general settings. We're just going to run through all these settings. We're going to go with colors first, okay? Now, what color scheme do we want for our site, right? Well, you don't want to reinvent the wheel here, right? You want to know that, let's say, we have people that are in the wedding niche, right? People that are passionate about weddings or planning their weddings or whatever. They've been to other wedding websites, I'm sure. They've seen other wedding marketing materials. They've seen other wedding brands. Well, we don't want to be completely off base here. We're a new store, but we want to enter the niche, and we want to immediately be right on point when it comes to branding for the niche. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just type in a couple different terms, and I'm going to go into images and take a look at the actual color schemes that I'm seeing for some of the other images and terms in this niche, okay? Now, in some cases, there's a right and wrong answer, right? Like, let's say you're building a cow store, right? There's no doubt that black and white and maybe green would be your color scheme, right? Let's say you're building a tennis store, right? Green and white would be your theme, right? Let's say you're building, I don't know, let's say something like a dog store, right? In that case, there might not be a right and wrong answer, right? In the wedding niche, we're going to look for a right and wrong answer, right? Obviously, we see a lot of white wedding dresses, and that's a pretty obvious thing there. I'm not seeing any real obvious colors here. Obviously, more white and black. What we're not seeing are, apart from this little random thing, we're not seeing kind of random colors, right? I'm thinking off the bat and just doing some basic research. I'm thinking that our color scheme is going to be probably white, black, and gray, just like a nice luxury type feel. But we want to take a look and just go through here and really take a look at all the stores, see if there's any themes that we can find, right? So we're on the knot here. We see a little light blue, actually not too far away from the blue that we have on our header bar here. So we see some blues here. Otherwise, it's just a black and white color scheme. What do we got over here? We see pink. Obviously, black and white on the main section here. Over here, black, white. Let's see what we got inside here. Yeah, all black, white on there. Over here, we got some reds, some pinks. Again, black and white. So I think what we could do is definitely a white color scheme, black and white color scheme with a lot of white space, which obviously works out here with a lot of white space on here. We're probably just going to want to select one strong accent color. So I think we could either go with a blue, like a nice little blue like this, or we can go with a nice little pink like this. And I think I'd rather go with a little pink color scheme here. Now, if I were to select a like a very forest green, I would say that that's the wrong color. Right now, you don't have to be a graphic designer or you don't have to have a major in art to understand this. Right, this is just basic color scheming. Right, if we see other sites in the niche that have very similar black and white and then one other color, and it's typically a light pink or a light blue from what we've seen so far, right, then we'd want to stick with that color scheme. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so now that I'm coming over here into colors, you see that there are some sections where we have black, white, and we also have our secondary colors, right? We have our sale text, we have our buttons, we have headings and links, right, which we're going to typically keep the same, right? We have our background color, which we're going to keep the same. So let's pick out a nice pink to be our secondary color. Or you know what, actually, let's go with blue. You know, the reason I'm going to switch to blue is I'm seeing buttons, right? Buttons, this is going to have to do with our add to cart button. We're going to really want to use a color scheme that is going to work with conversion colors. Conversion colors for buttons, that definitely means blue or green, right? Orange is also up there, but I've really found the most, I found the best luck with blues. So we can come over here and let's see if this updates on the top. No. All right, so we'll go back over here to header. So first thing, I'm going to select our color for the top. Announcement. There you go. So maybe that's a little bit too vibrant there. And you see that literally the color is changing live, right? Right now I'm changing it to white or black. You see the bar on top literally changing in real time. So I'm looking for a nice little light blue. And I'm liking that. Also thinking that this is going to be the color for my buttons. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, this is called a hex code or a color code. And it basically just represents this shade of color. I'm going to come back over to the color scheme. And now anytime I see that blue, I'm going to come in and paste my shade of blue in. Okay, this is now my shade of blue for this site. Again, anytime you see blue, we're going to be adding that in there. So not much customization here. Again, we want it to be basically one color as our accent color and then black and white. Okay, that's what we found on some of the other stores, so we're going to model it right there. And now that we're going to have our own blue, we're also going to keep this hex code handy. I'm going to put this into a little notepad document on another screen right now. I'm going to be sending this to my logo designer, okay? Because now I want that color to start being the branding of my site, okay? And we'll eventually replace this out of the aisle text logo with a logo that we're going to get a graphic designer to create, okay? So moving forward, we're going to go on to typography, okay? This is actually the fonts on the site. And you see over here out of the aisle, right? Heading font, body font. If we change this, right? Let's say I'll go over here and change it to avant-garde. Come up here and change it to avant-garde. You see all the fonts on the site change to avant-garde. Okay, maybe you want a different font. Maybe you want to try Old Standard. Okay, you see over here it's going to update to Old Standard. Okay, now I'm a big fan of avant-garde. I'm going to be setting the font to be avant-garde, but you could pick whatever you want. Right, you could pick whatever type of font you want. You see that it's going to update across the entire site, and it's typically best practice to pick the same font for both. Okay, so you see all the fonts on the entire site have updated into avant-garde. We're just going to save it out here. And again, everything that we're customizing here involves no code. Okay, that's the best part. Okay, up next, we're going to go social media. Now I'm going to add just this Facebook link right here. It's obviously not mine. I don't have a Facebook page yet. We're going to create that in the second class here. But once we add our social media icon or our link, it's automatically going to link down here in the footer. Okay, you see the icon here. Now, no one probably wants to like you, and they don't care about your fan page, apart from the fact that they want to make sure that you exist. Because in 2017, the only business that doesn't exist on Facebook is an untrustworthy business. Okay, so you're making sure that you're going to integrate your social media links here, and we'll update this in the next class once we actually build our fan page. Okay, fave icon, you could skip that. Checkout, we're going to need to come back here. Not much that you can customize on the checkout page, and that's a good thing. Shopify controls the whole checkout, but you are going to be able to upload your logo. Okay, we don't have one right now. We'll have to come back and get that. Okay, those are the general settings. As you saw, we ran through them in about a minute. Not hard at all. The other thing you need to look here is just basically what color scheme do you want to run, and it depends on your niche. Okay, now we're over here under the sections setting. Okay, this is going to be where we have different settings for the different pages, and obviously we're on the home page, so we're showing the home page setting. Okay, I'm actually going to open this in a new tab because I need to add a test product. We're going to delete this later on, but we need to add a test product in order for us to customize the product page as well. Okay, so I'll just come over here. I'll reload this now. So now we're going to continue customizing on our home page. You see, actually, we have a test product now. But let's first customize our home page. We have our header first. Okay, first we're going to have a logo. Okay, obviously we don't have a logo yet. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not going to pretend to be one, and I really, really, really want to stress that a logo is pretty important. It's going to be your first impression when people click over on your ads onto your site. Okay, they're going to see the logo first. You don't want to go to Fiverr to get a logo. Okay, forget about Fiverr for any type of legitimate work. The only time you could use Fiverr is maybe you want some basic code work done, but for the most part, you're going to need to get a legitimate graphic designer to do this. Okay, you can go to a site called designercash.com. You can go to upwork.com. You can go to freelancer.com. You can even check out logonerds.com. They're all different sites where you're going to get a nice logo. And let me be very upfront here. You do not need to spend hundreds of dollars on a logo, right? 35, 40, 50, $100 max for your first logo. That's fine, right? You want to spend $1,500 on a full corporate branding? Do that next year, right? Do that once you've made some money. Just get a nice professional logo up on the site. Okay, again, I recommend designercash.com to get that done. Okay, once you get a logo, and again, you're going to want to give your logo designer your color scheme, right? And obviously your niche, right? I'm going to tell my designer, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Designer, I'm building a wedding store. My color scheme is black, white, and this shade of blue, right? Remember, I took the hex code, the color code, from the color setting right here, and I saved this. I'm going to be sending this to my designer. Okay, and I'm going to say, I need a logo design for the store out of the aisle. It's a wedding niche, and the colors are white, blue, and black. Okay, your logo designer is going to come back to you and say, okay, here is your logo design. He's going to give you a file. You'll come back to this logo section, and you'll simply upload the logo right into this section. Okay, we'll update that once we get a logo from our designer. I'll send it off to my designer probably later on tonight. So the header section, there's a few more things on here. Announcement bar, right? I think this is a cool thing. We could do something like, we could say free shipping. Right, we could run a promotion like that. Free shipping on orders over $50, and we could set up the shipping rules to do that. We could also say, use coupon code WELCOME10 to save 10%, right? We could change anything that we want in here, right? This is just a little announcement. We could also do something like new products just released, right? It doesn't always have to be a giveaway or a discount or something like that. So we could put anything in here. We could even say, we'll just keep that new products just released. We'll see if we want to do any discounting later on. Typically, I'm not a big fan of discounting at all. Okay, we could also paste the link in there if we want. This will be clickable, but I'm just going to keep it as text. We could change that later. Okay. So now we're going to start customizing the actual home page. Now you see the first section, image with text overlay. So all you need to do is click on here, and you're actually going to go in to the actual settings in here. And you see that we're going to need to have a big image that's going to replace this background. Okay. This is probably going to be the biggest thing on the page. Apart from the logo, this is going to be the next biggest thing that people are going to see on the homepage. And you see that there's some text over here, some smaller text, right? We can even add a button if we want, right? We could try this. Right, now you see a button is added over there, and we could change that later. But the first thing that we need is to add an image, okay? And where are we going to get an image? Well, I'll tell you where you cannot get an image. You can't just go to Google Images and steal one there. You're not allowed to do that, okay? But what you could definitely do is go to these places where they offer free stock imagery. A couple different ones, unsplash.com, pexels.com, P-E-X-E-L-S. And literally it says beautiful free photos. You could do whatever you want with these photos. You get full rights to do whatever you want with these photos, including adding them to your store. So we just come over here. I'll type in wedding, and we'll take a look at what's going to come up here. All these images, again, are totally free to use. Again, if you click on any of them, it says right here, CC0 license, that's the Creative Commons license, free for personal and commercial use, no attribution required. Okay, so we get to use these images, and basically we just want to find a good one and save them or download it for free and then upload it onto our site. Okay. Now, typically what we'd want to find is something that's going to be a real strong image. Obviously, we want one to be horizontal rather than vertical because we need it to fill this space. Any of the images that you find on Unsplash are going to be more than big enough to actually fit on your template. Okay. So again, these are totally free to use. This one's pretty. I like this one. This is definitely a nice one. I think that would be a nice choice for our site. Let's see what else they got. This is definitely nice. I'm really looking for something that it makes it obvious that it's a wedding. On a quick glance, has some nice colors. Also would fit into our color scheme, being white and black. I'm a fan of this one. Let's take a look, see what else is out there. Okay, let's take a look on. Okay. Let's also try another term, marriage, just see what's out there. Okay. Okay, and we got a lot of great options out here. I think I'm going to go with this one right up here. So this is a nice little, obviously a wedding image. You got the wedding ring, some nice flowers, wedding dress. I'm going to click download over here, and it's as simple as this. We've downloaded this image, right? I've saved it now to my desktop. Now I'm simply going to come back over here. I'm going to now upload this image. Okay. All right. And it's going to fit directly inside of this box. There you go. It's uploading, and now it looks pretty clear. Okay. So you got that image. It's now fit inside of your theme, and it will also look, let me just show you on mobile, shrinks down perfectly to fit inside mobile as well. Okay. So again, we just took this free image from unsplash.com. We downloaded it, simply came right over here and uploaded the image right inside this section. Okay. Now we're going to come back over here, look at it on desktop. I'll actually save this. I'll do a quick reload over here onto our site. And I'm not going to say that we have a beautiful site, but we're definitely getting there in terms of branding, right? In terms of branding, we have our little color scheme. We have a nice image. We're going to have a logo. We have a name. We're going to replace this domain, right? We're moving forward, right? Nothing that looks pretty yet, but we're getting there. So a couple more things we need to customize here. Obviously, you see heading, image with text overlay. So I'm going to put over here. Out of the aisle, I'm going to put our name here, and then I'm going to say little tagline. Maybe I'll try change this later, but I just want to have a little bit of kind of branding and setting up setting the tone of the site, right? I want this to be kind of a place where it's going to be a one-stop shop for all wedding-related gifts, accessories, obviously t-shirt print on demand, dropship items, everything. Okay. I think in this case, I'm going to remove this button. I don't see a real need to have a button here. And I'm going to press save. Okay, you got other options here. You could change the section height. Maybe you want to make it a little bit smaller, or maybe you want to make it a little bit taller. It's up to you. I like the medium size, which is the default. And that looks good. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. I'll do a quick reload, and we should see our text now update. Looking good. Okay, back over here. Always toggle between these two buttons. This is showing what it looks like on mobile, making sure that it continuously looks good on mobile. And I would tell you that mobile is actually more important than desktop. You're going to get about 85% of your traffic from Facebook to be mobile. Okay, but this looks good. We're going to move on to the next section. That's the featured collection section. And that's going to basically be showing products on the homepage. Okay, featured collection. So first of all, it's going to ask what collection, otherwise known as category, what category should we pull the products from? Homepage is the default. That's what I like to leave. So basically, the homepage collection means if you add a product to the homepage collection, it's going to show up on the homepage, right? Very, very simple. Okay. How many products do you want to show on here? Well, we don't have any products right now, but we will want to show a good amount of products. I'm going to show 4 products per row, maximum of 4 rows. You know what that means? 4 times 4, 16 products on the homepage. I'll also include the view all button so they can go and view all the products. Now you see it's using my blue shade, right? Here's the blue as my button color. Okay. And we're saving that. Okay, moving on to the next one. We have, what is this? Image with text. Okay. Image with text here. We could call attention to a specific product, right? This is more useful when you have like a one main product store. Not very useful here. So simply deleting it. Okay. So again, we have our header. We have our out of the aisle banner. We have our featured collection, which is going to pull in products. We have a slideshow here. Next. Okay. Slideshow. And you actually see, you can click in between different slides. That's cool, but I really just want to focus on one image. I'm going to delete the second slide. Okay, we just have one slide. I'm going to uncheck this rotate box because there's only one slider now. And same thing that we did for the top. We're just going to find another good image, and we're going to upload it. Excuse me. We're going to upload it directly from Unsplash. Okay, let's see what we find here. Okay, again, I want it to be very obvious that it's a wedding. All right. I kind of like this. I think it's pretty obvious that this is a wedding. So we'll download this image. And just like we did before, we're going to come over here and upload. You could also drag the image directly on here, or you could press upload, whatever's easier for you. Okay, and this is going to set that image directly into the background, right into this shape, just like it did for the top. It's a pretty big image size, this one, so it's taking a little bit. But once it uploads, it will fall into this box. And hopefully it doesn't take too much longer here. Just bear with me. Okay, it's loading in here now. And okay, see our image. Okay, doesn't look too great. We'll remove this one. Let me try another one. Let's try this one. And we could have some text on here if we want. Let's see how it looks without any text. Nice. Okay. Oh, I forgot. We could also change the alignment of the image, right? That's going to look a little bit better. Cool. So we got our image here. We could even add a heading. Just some basic marketing text on here. Your perfect wedding, looking good there. Okay, so come back over here. We're looking at our home page again. Looking at the sections, we have our header, we have our out of the aisle banner, we have our featured collection products, we have our little image slideshow, and now we have our footer. Okay, we're going to come down here, look at our footer. We're going to be able to add a footer menu, which is something that we're going to set up in the back end. We're going to definitely want to have our newsletter sign up, so we're going to check that box. We're going to install the MailChimp app to handle that. We're going to add the payment icons because that's just an ability to add more trust, right? Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Apple Pay, these are trust icons, right? These make the customer feel comfortable, similar to how seeing your Facebook account makes them feel more comfortable. Anything you can do to add trust is a big thing here, okay? And I'm going to save this. And in fact, we've just finished customizing our homepage. Now, a couple of other things that we want to customize. Let's click on this fake product, okay? Fake product is going to bring us to the product page, and it's also going to bring us to the product section for customization. Header, as you know, is the same, right? The header carries on. We're going to upload our logo once we get it. Moving down here to the product, okay? We don't have it. Let me just actually quickly add a product image just so we can have something in there. Let's see. I'll just add this. I just have a random T-shirt file on here that I'm going to upload here. We'll delete this later on, but I just want you to see how everything looks with an image. I'll reload this page. You should see the image now. Okay. So here's our product page. Okay. And we're going to come over here. We're going to look at our products, and we're going to have to go through a couple different options. Looking at small, looking at large. I think obviously medium as default looks the best. Nice 50-50 split. Okay. We definitely want to show the quantity selector, right? Obviously people might want to purchase more than one. Okay. Show variant labels. We're going to keep that selected. It's going to be important once we have multiple variants, for example, size and color and style. So we'll keep that in there. Show vendor, we're going to want to remove, right? This would show basically whatever the vendor is, for example, your print on demand. We don't need to show that. Enable image zoom, right? Looks pretty nice. Keep that in there. Social sharing buttons right here. Of Of course, we're going to keep that in there as well. Okay. So again, everything that we need to customize on a page is directly set up in the theme customization. Okay. So we're saving this. And that is actually it, right? We've set up actually there's one more page, the catalog page. We need to set that up. So I click on catalog, and now you see the collection page comes up here as an option. Okay. And we have options to show it as a grid or a list. I'm always going to do a grid. Show you what list looks like real quick, right? It looks stupid. Go with grid. Now, how many do we want to show per page? 4 on a row, 4 rows per page, meaning we're going to show 16 products per page. Okay. Show collection image, that would basically fill over here if we wanted to have an image. Enable sorting, that's going to be these over here. If we don't want to have that, we could uncheck that. You don't want to have tag sorting, uncheck that. It's going to remove the filter, right? I actually like it without the bar. In fact, I'm going to keep it without the bar. So just the product. And obviously we want to save this. Okay. And that is it. Those are all the page templates on our site. This webinar is only 40 minutes deep. We've already customized most of our site, right? Most of our site, really. It's only taken 40 minutes, guys. And if you're overwhelmed by actually customizing your site, I'm telling you, there's nothing to be overwhelmed by at all, right? Nothing to be overwhelmed by at all. I mean, this is all super simple. We haven't need to look at code in any bit. Now, remember, there's going to be some things we need to come back to. We obviously have to come back to our checkout and add our logo. Okay, we also have to come back to our header and add our logo. Okay, but we'll do that probably next class. I'm going to get my designer to create that logo. So we're going to go back to our themes now, and I'm actually going to give this page a quick reload over here. See what we have going on right here. Okay, so we have our color scheme. We have our nice branded imagery. We have our text setup. We have our entire homepage set up. We have our featured collection set up. We have a nice little banner image down here. We have our footer set up with our menu, which we're going to build out, our mailing list, and our trust icons. We're moving pretty quickly, and we're actually doing a great job with building out a nice branded site. Okay, so let's continue on here. We're still over here on point number 3, store setup. There's a few more things that we need to customize. Okay, so back in our theme section, we were just currently under themes, customize theme. Next thing we're going to do is come over here and go to pages. Okay, there are going to be some pages that we need to set up. So we're going to click on add page. Okay, now in a new tab, I'm going to open up the settings page. Okay, we're going to fill out the settings after this, but we need to go to settings checkout first because we're going to actually generate some of the pages. Okay, real quick on this page. We'll hit the stuff on top later on, but right now we need to focus on the stuff on the bottom. Okay, we're going to now generate our pages that are required for the site. 5 pages that are required for the site: refund, privacy, terms of service, contact us, and FAQs. Okay, so first things first, generate. Okay, now terms of service and refund policy, we can literally copy and paste as is. So I'm coming back over here under pages, adding in my terms of service, and I'm saving it. Okay, now I'm going to create another page, copying the privacy policy, copy, paste, and save. Okay, create another page. Now I'm going to do the return policy. Okay, now it's up to you to go ahead and actually customize this return policy. All this stuff in here is very, very, very generic, right? In fact, I'm going to delete everything. And I'm going to just put a couple different things here. First of all, I'm going to do a 14-day return policy. And now I'm going to add some caveats. For apparel, all of our products are custom printed. Okay, so this is just some protection from people just basically sending back product without talking to you. Okay, they need to receive a return merchandise authorization number. This is just basically a fancy way of saying you've approved their return. Okay, for print on demand, this is our protection here. We're not accepting any returns. So we're going to make sure that we have this little section here. Okay, and our return policy, 14 days. So we'll take this out here. Now we're going to copy, and we'll come back over here into our return policy and simply save that right there. Okay, going to make sure that we come over here and save this as well. Now that we have our page, actually we have to create a couple more pages. All right, next we're going to create our Contact Us page. Now, very, very easy for Contact Us. Every single theme has this. You just go under Page Template and do page.contact. Save this button or save this page. And in fact, if we view this button, you can take a look. I see a couple people saying no audio. Give me a 2 in the chat box if you could hear me right now real quick. Give me a 2. All right, cool. Anyone who's having audio problems, just close out and come back in. So you see over here, we did the Contact Us, page.contact, and it automatically created these fields over here, right? This little form that you have on here, a little form, looking real good, right? This is going to automatically send you a message. You could also put in a little message over here. A little bit of a message right there. Just reload this here. Now you see we have a nice little contact page with a contact form that will go directly to the email that you have set up in your settings general. Okay. One more page that we need to create. And that's the FAQs. Okay. Talk about this later on. We can just do a copy paste from one of my other stores and we'll add that in there. Okay, now we need to add the pages to our store navigation. You see over here the page exists, but it's not linked anywhere. Okay, so we're going to set up our header navigation and our footer navigation. Okay, coming down here, we got main menu that's on top. We are going to add some menu items. Okay, adding the FAQ page. Now we're going to add a Contact Us. I'm going to edit catalog. I'm just going to put our products. Okay, and now we're going to save this menu. If we come back over here and reload our site, you should see right on the top our updated navigation menu. Home, our products, FAQ, Contact Us. Right here's the page we created. Now let's do the same for our footer navigation. We are going to add our required pages here. A return policy. Terms of service. Privacy policy. Now these pages are required by any paid advertising network. For example, Facebook. You need to have terms of service, return policy, and privacy policy on your website in order to meet the terms of service that Facebook needs for you to advertise. So make sure that you add these pages. Do not forget this step. Okay, just do a quick reload. You'll see that the links now show on our footer navigation as well. Show you how it looks from the home page. Got our footer navigation right down here. Okay, we're going to continue customizing our theme. We have our pages. We have our navigation. We're going to go to domains next. Okay, this is where we're going to buy our domain. Now, if you already have an existing domain, you could just connect it over here if you want. But we're going to buy a domain. I'm just going to buy it directly through Shopify. Okay, easiest way is just to buy it literally directly through here. We're going to go over here, enter in our domain. Outoftheaisle.com. You see it's available. It's $14 per year. You can save a couple pennies if you bought it on Namecheap or whatever, but it's just going to be easier to make all the integrations right through here. We're just going to buy it directly through Shopify. They're going to set up everything for us. I'm going to move this off the screen right now so I can enter in my payment details. Okay, I'm just purchasing the domain right now on the other screen. It's going to replace this ugly URL with our pretty .com domain. And let me be very, very straightforward here. You need to have a .com domain. Okay, don't get .info, don't get .net, don't get .us, don't get .guru. You need .com. And why is that? Well, name one trustworthy e-commerce store out there that isn't .com. Right? You can't because there are none. Okay. And I just bought the domain. See over here, outoftheaisle.com. It's going to send a, let me go and look at that confirmation. It's going to send an email confirmation in a little bit. It takes a couple seconds. But once this actually works, and once we, once we accept the domain, we are then going to be able to replace the ugly URL with our nice.com. And that's going to be obviously the .com that we promote. Okay. So we'll come over here, and this is also a new thing, actually. They just recently added this automatic email forwarding, right? You could use these emails now in your marketing or in your promotion or whatever, and this would actually forward to your email. So you don't even need to set up domain forwarding anymore. Okay, I just got the email. I'm in the other screen right now. It just looks something like this. Please verify your contact information, verify information, and thank you. Your contact information has been verified, and now our domain is good. Okay, so our domain is fully set up. If I reload this page, it should probably show it already. Here we go. Okay, domain status okay. So our URL is now set up. Now we can come back over here to the domain section. Don't worry about this SSL stuff. This will change later on. But what we want to do is pick the primary domain to be www. and select redirect all traffic to this domain, and we're going to press save. Okay. Come over here, reload our store, look at the domain. It now changes to our .com domain. Okay. You see that we have a password on the store. That's down here under the next setting, online store preferences. Okay, a couple things we need to do. Number one, there's a password, right? Here's the password. We can copy this and enter the store using the password. It's just basically a way to hide the store until we actually, I don't know what's up with that, but until we take off the password. Now, how do you take off the password? You have to pick a plan. Okay, so we're going to pick a plan right now. Now, you can start with this $29 a month plan. Within a couple of days into the plan, you'll upgrade into the $79 plan. Why is that? Well, there's actually no reporting whatsoever on this plan. Okay, very, very strange, but that's just you know, it is what it is. No reporting on there, and that's totally okay. You're going to move to Shopify once you need the actual reporting. But save your money right now. You could do this, and it's not going to show you anything about the discount. But remember, on your first bill, you will get 10% off your entire bill because of the fact that you're using my discount link. Okay. So sorry, keep with me. We'll go with this. Should have my billing information in there already. Okay, confirm charges. So I won't get billed until September 2nd, and that's because I'm on the 21-day extended free trial. So I have 21 days from right now to work until I actually get any bills. Okay, so that's great. Again, that's the advantage of using that link, shopify.com/CENER. Okay, that's going to give you 10% off and that extended 21-day free trial. Now that we have picked a plan, we can actually remove our password. Okay, go ahead and look at our store. And now there's no password protection. Okay. Obviously, make sure you do that before you go live. You need to pick a plan before you go live. You don't have to pay, right? But you need to pick a plan. Remember, I won't get charged. Let's see if I can show you this again. I won't get charged until the 21st, or I'm sorry, the 2nd, or whatever it was. I don't know. I don't see it over here. But trust me, we have our. Here we go. Your next invoice will be sent on September 2nd. Okay. That is because I have the 21-day free trial. All right, so a couple more things under online store preferences. We're moving through this whole online store section here. We want to set up our title and meta description. You see up here, let me just get this out of the way. Up here on the top, it says out of the aisle. This title over here is going to determine what comes up over here and also what shows up under Google. So when you Google something, this is the title that gets shown, and this is the description. Okay, so we're going to set this right over here. Title and description. Okay, save that. All right, great. So again, this is just a little description. Now, if you pay attention to the tab up here, it's going to update to what I entered, right? Out of the aisle, the best wedding gifts online. If you were to view the page source, you could take a look at the meta description right here. And it's got my little sentence. Out of the Aisle is your one-stop shop for the best and most unique wedding gifts on the web, right? Put whatever you want here. Not a real huge deal, right? This is just basically for it to look a little bit nicer under Google results and on the top of the tab. Okay, let me close this. All right, great. So a couple more things here. Google Analytics. Totally important to do this. You can't set up Google Analytics until you've set up your domain, okay? But obviously we already have our domain. So what I'm going to do is go into, let me bring in my Google account. Go into google.com/analytics, and we're going to sign in to analytics. Probably signed into the wrong account. Yeah, I got to switch accounts. Okay. So I'm coming into here. You're going to have this sign up button because you probably don't have a Google Analytics account yet. You click sign up. And very, very easy. You're just going to enter in the information. All right. This doesn't matter. None of this matters. Get tracking ID. Accept these terms. You don't even need to read it. All you care about is getting this code right here. Okay. Right over here, it's going to call, it says your website tracking, universal analytics code. Come over here and select everything. Copy it. Right? Copy this code. You don't have to worry about what the code is. Just copy it. And come back into our Shopify store and simply paste in the code and press save. Okay, very, very easy. A couple more things you need to do is click this checkbox, use enhanced e-commerce, press save. Okay. Now go back to Google Analytics. We need to go into our settings. We need to go to e-commerce settings. This is where we're turning on enhanced e-commerce. Basically turning on all these options and saving it. This is going to allow Shopify and Google Analytics to talk back and forth with each other and send over very, very important information. Product information, sales information, conversion rate information, all that really important stuff. Like I said, product sales information, all the stuff that you need to really have a good grasp of your numbers. Okay. And Google Analytics is now fully set up, right? Very, very easy. Like if you thought Google Analytics was something that only developers or coders could do, forget about it. It's so easy. It's already set up. Okay. One more thing that we need to do on this preferences page, Facebook pixel. Okay. How do you get your Facebook pixel? Well, you go to your Facebook ads account. Okay. If you have a brand new account like I do right now, you're going to probably land on your ads manager. All you need to do is come to the top menu and click on pixels. Come right over here, create a Facebook pixel. Click and create. You can name it whatever you want. And it's going to now create your pixel code. It says you've created your pixel. Now make it work by installing some code. Now it's going to give you a lot of code over here, right? We don't care about all the code, okay? You see all this over here? This is your actual pixel code. Now, Shopify doesn't want you to ever have to deal with code. All you need to do is pull out your Shopify pixel ID. A couple ways you could do that. One, coming over here under the install your pixel, you could just click this to copy. Then you could open up a new notepad document. You could paste that in. What you need to find is this little term right here. It's also down here, but this is your ID number. Okay. See, init, this means initialize. You don't need to worry about this. All you need to worry about is your code number. Okay. Here's your code. Let's see how many digits it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take this 15-digit code, copy it. Okay. Go back to Shopify, Facebook pixel, paste in the code, press save. Okay. Very, very easy. Right? Let's say you're out of this page and you come back over here, you go back to your pixels, you'll find your pixel ID on the top right over here. I got to just say that I've already installed this. I forgot they actually have this new section as well, right? You could also just get it right through over here. Same way, it doesn't matter. It's all doing the same thing, right? You copy your ID, showing you where to do this, right? We're at the same place I'm showing you, right? There we go. So we got our pixel installed. And a cool way to check this out actually is if you open up your site. I got to do it in a non-incognito. But if you download this Chrome extension called the Facebook Chrome Helper, see it right here. If you click this button over here, you're going to see it's got our Facebook pixel installed. Here's our ID, right? This is the same number, see ending with 210. Where is it? See, ending with 210, same number. This is the Facebook Pixel Helper. Just basically, if you see these green check boxes, it means that it's actually working correctly. Okay, your pixel is now installed on the site, and we are fully done with the setup and customization of our theme, right? This webinar has only been going on for 1 hour. We already have our site 99% of the way done in terms of customization, right? We need to get our logo done. Other than that, we're good, okay? So I'm going to close this out, go back to our ads manager. Now we have some more things to set up, okay? Next thing, we're down here under settings. Okay, this is part 4 in our agenda. Store settings, okay? Store settings are the actual kind of nuts and bolts that let the store run, right? Not the customization, not the look and feel. Most of these settings are invisible to the customer, okay? But it's very important that we run through these. Settings over here, it's all the way down here on the bottom left of your back end. Start with general, okay? General is going to have the name of your store. It's going to have your email address as well, where the contact form is going to send to, okay? Account email, customer email, right? This is going to be the actual email that the contact form sends to, okay? Legal name of the business, you're going to want to enter in your business name, your business information. If you don't have an LLC, you just enter in your personal information. Come over here. Moving on to the next section for settings. Again, most of this information is going to be invisible to the customer. Okay, moving under here, under payments, okay? A couple things that we need to do here, or at least pay attention to. Number one, PayPal is already set up right off the bat, okay? PayPal is already set up with this email address. Now, if someone were to buy a product on my site, they could pay with PayPal right now. And after I make a sale, I'd get an automatic email to that email that you see highlighted on your screen right now. It's going to give instructions on how to set up the PayPal account and actually claim the funds, okay? So you don't need to do anything. You already have PayPal. If you have a PayPal email address that you want to change this to, like an existing email, all you have to do is come under here under edit. You can undo this email and just add your existing one, okay? Now I want to show you Shopify payments, okay? We want to complete Shopify payments. Again, Shopify payments is already installed. People can already pay with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and Apple Pay, but you won't be able to get the money in your bank account until you fill out all this information. Most importantly, down here, you need to fill out your bank account routing and account information. This is going to transfer the money into your bank, okay? So make sure you set those things up. Now, remember, you could accept payments this second, but you won't be able to access the money until you finish this setting. Okay, coming over here to checkout. Moving up over here. And what do we got? This is going to be our checkout section. Remember, we're going to come back here and add the logo to our checkout later on once we get our logo. But right now, what we're going to do is scroll through here. There's really only a couple things that we need to do on this page. We already did the most important stuff, which is down here. So what we need to do is simply set this to be accounts optional. This is going to allow people to create an account if they want. Coming down further, everything else we're going to leave as is, okay? So accounts are optional is really the only change that we're making up top. We're going to save that. Come back here under settings. Now we're going to set up shipping. Okay, a lot of people get stuck on shipping here. Okay, a lot of people get stuck on shipping. First thing you need to do is come down here, scroll all the way down, and find saved boxes, okay? This is going to be for people who actually ship out their products themselves. You could add in a shipping box weight. We obviously aren't doing that because we're never touching our product. We're drop shipping or doing print on demand, so setting this to 0.00 and then saving, okay? Next thing we need to do is set up shipping rules by weight. Okay, we'll set up the domestic United States first, okay? Now, I don't care where you're based in. I think that you should be setting up U.S. as your domestic rates. You should be advertising to the United States first. It's just got the most consumers. It's going to allow you to make the most money, okay? Now, we're going to come over here, and we're going to first delete the USPS rates, and now we're going to start building our weight-based rates, okay? So weight-based rates, this has to do with the weight of the product. Now, remember, we're never touching the product. We're simply using weight-based rates to manipulate Shopify to charge the shipping that we want, Okay. And we're going to come in here and click add rate. And we're going to set up our first weight-based rate. Okay. Now, I've already done this on a bunch of other stores. I've saved this. These are the settings that I'm going to be rolling out. In fact, I'm going to set up a couple of these. I'll share this picture inside of the group, and then you can go ahead and fill these out on your own store. I'll set these up another time just to save some time on this live training, but I'll show you how to set up a couple of them. Okay, first we're going to set up our free shipping rate, which is anything that weighs 0 to 0 pounds. Okay, so I'll come over here. Free shipping, and done. Okay, you see it's over here. Anytime that you have a shopping cart that weighs 0 to 0 pounds, it's going to be free shipping, right? So this means if we want to have a product get free shipping, all we need to do is set the product weight to be 0. Okay, you do that actually inside of the product. So we have our test product here. We come down here to weight, and we set it to 0. Okay, let's build another rate. Okay, 0.1 pounds to 0.1 pounds. See that right here. Standard shipping, we're going to charge $4.95, right? This is what we would do for a t-shirt or a typical drop shipped item, okay? Now, if we wanted to charge $4.95 shipping for this product, all we need to do is change the weight to 0.1, okay? But remember, this is the total shopping cart weight. So what happens if someone adds 2 products that weigh 0.1 to the shopping cart? Well, your total shopping cart weight will be 0.2 pounds. So therefore, we need to create a 0.2 pounds shipping rate. So anything 0.2 to 0.2 will be $5.95. Okay. Do the same thing for 0.3. Okay. Show you another. Okay, now that we get to 0.5, things are going to change a little bit. Okay, at 0.5, we're going to go right to $9.99. Now, why is that? It's because 0.5 is going to be our free plus shipping rate, right? Not free shipping, but when we do the free plus shipping strategy, where we sell a product for free and charge an inflated shipping cost. Okay, so this is how we set that up. Okay, and I'll finish off these rates off screen sometime to make sure that we have these set up for our next class, but we're going to have them set up to look exactly like this. Now, if we want to have a free plus shipping product, charge charge $9.99. All we need to do is come over here and set our shipping weight at 0.5. Okay. Don't let the shipping weights confuse you. We're just manipulating Shopify to enter in the shipping rate that we want based on the amount of weight that we set. And this doesn't have to do with the product real weight. It's just what we set the product weight in the edit product page, which you're looking at right now. Okay. So we'll go back here to shipping, and we're going to do the exact same thing for international. The only difference is we're going to use Custom Cat's international shipping rate. Custom Cat is the print-on-demand partner that we're going to use. We're going to use their shipping rate to start. So again, I'm going to delete the USPS. I'm going to add a weight-based rule. We're going to have the same free shipping. Okay. Now we're going to set our standard shipping. Now, Custom Cat charges $7.50. I want to make $1 on all my shipping. Starting this at $8.50. Okay. You're going to do the exact same rates, except you're going to be adding $7.50 to all of the other rates. Okay, moving forward. So we got this at $7.50. We got $5.95 plus $7.50, $6.95 plus $7.50, $7.95 plus $7.50, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Adding $7.50 for each shipping rate. Okay, that's for international. Okay, then you'll save those out. Come back here to settings. Taxes, I just want to show you, there's nothing you need to set up here. Tax is based on the idea of a nexus, basically where you are physically located. Okay, so if you're based in California and you sign up with your California address, you're going to see that Shopify will automatically charge sales tax in California. Okay, it depends on where you have your physical presence. I'm based in California. I'm charging California sales tax automatically. If you are international, you're going to want to check with an accountant or a tax attorney or some expert locally to understand what your local tax liability is. Okay. Typically, you don't need to pay tax in any place that you don't have a physical location. So moving forward, we have our notifications and files. You can keep these as is. Sales channels, you don't need to touch it. Coming over here under account, a couple things here. This is where we would pick our plan. Again, you're going to probably want to upgrade to the $79 plan once you're a few weeks into your store so you can get all the good reports. Okay, next we have our billing information. Over here we have staff accounts, right? Let's say you have a partner or you have a virtual assistant. You can give them full admin access of the store. You basically just send them an account and they'll be able to log in just like you. Okay. You can even control what access they have. If you don't want, let's say, for example, you have a VA, you only want them to look at the apps, you can have them only look at the apps. Okay. Here's where you're going to find all your billing and stuff, and here's where you're going to find how to close or pause your store. Okay. So we've finished every single piece of setup when it comes to customization and store settings. Very easy, guys, right? Nothing to be overwhelmed by whatsoever. A very, very, very straightforward setup. I'm going to take a couple minute break. I'm going to get a drink and definitely post any questions that you have. We'll do a big question and answer at the end as well. But as you see, we're about halfway through. We're going to do an apps section now. I'm going to install the 5 necessary apps that every store will have. Then we'll do some product research talking, and we'll talk about schedule as well. So with that being said, we're going to go in. Again, I'm going to do about a 1 or 2 minute break, and then we'll jump back in. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the question box right now. So I'm going to answer these questions, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Jag, thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Does Debut theme have a function to show related products? It does not. We're going to have to get it coded in. So it's a big mess up by Shopify for not adding that in, but it's easy enough to code that in. I'll get a developer to code that in. Definitely want to have that in there for sure, because related products basically the same as cross-selling. That's why niche works so well. So we'll get that in there. Does baby products have enough targeting options? To be honest, I have no idea. I have never looked into the baby niche because I think there's just too much limitation in terms of the products out there. I would assume that there are, though, because it's obviously a passionate niche. Do we need to change add to cart button bigger? On this theme, it actually looks nicely because you're going to see once we have variants, it's all going to align in a nice little block. So we won't need to make any changes to the add to cart button. I'm definitely going to get a developer to install trust icons for sure, though. What is the difference between $29 and $79 plan? There's basically no reporting on the $29 plan. So you could start off on the $29 plan. I promise you by the time you start making any type of sales and you're going to get tired of exporting all the data into Excel, you're going to want to have the reports available. So that's when you would upgrade to the $79 plan. Will you go over email marketing? Definitely, probably on one of the last classes, because we're not going to have any emails to really work with, but I'm going to install MailChimp right now, so you'll see how that works. For Facebook Pixel, does each ad have their own number? No, Facebook Pixel is one Facebook Pixel per account. So you'll only have one Facebook Pixel for the entire store. You've set up minimal. How difficult is it to switch over? It's not hard to switch over at all, but all the theme settings will go away. So you just need to customize it every single time. So if you already have minimal, minimal is great. I have that on most of my stores. Just doing Debut just kind of differentiate a little bit. But Debut looks great as well on mobile, so that's the key. As long as it looks good on mobile, you're good. Is a physical address necessary to run the store? It is necessary for Shopify. You definitely need to have that in there in order to make it work. But, for the most part, it's going to be invisible to the customer. Did you try Commerce HQ? No, I have no desire to try that at all. The whole benefit of Shopify is the fact that it's got a great ecosystem of apps and support. It's kind of like WordPress has become. Like if you have a problem with WordPress, you just Google the answer, and there's probably 100 different threads about how to solve it. Same thing is happening with Shopify. So, I have nothing bad to say about the guy who created it, but I'll never use it because I want to use the entire platform. Did I try WooCommerce? Yeah, I used to be on WooCommerce before I switched over to Shopify. There's absolutely zero reason to be on any platform besides Shopify nowadays. Cool. So we're going to get into the apps now. And I'm very minimalistic when it comes to apps. Like you could have 150 apps on your site. The only thing it's going to do is slow down your store. Okay. What you really want to do is pick a small selection of apps that are going to actually add the functionality that you need. And since we're going to be doing drop shipping and print on demand, obviously we need to have print on demand and we need to have a drop ship provider. The best ones are Custom Cat and Oberlo. So I'm going to install those last. I'm going to show you the other three first. Okay, let me go back over here. So coming into our apps section over here now, we're going to visit the App Store. Okay, first things first, we're going to install the MailChimp app. Okay, searching at MailChimp. Now, here's the reason I recommend MailChimp. It's right here. MailChimp is free for the first 2,000 emails. Okay. So you could send 12,000 emails a month to 2,000 different people, absolutely free every single month. So I don't see any reason why you would use any other account other than MailChimp to get started. Plus, the app is free. It's going to connect with Shopify automatically. Okay. So before I do this, I need to actually go ahead and create a MailChimp account. So we'll sign up for free. Okay, grabbing my email. Okay, they're going to send me a verification. You don't have to use MailChimp at all, but I use them, like I said, because it's free. Right? I don't see any reason not to use MailChimp. Even once you start getting a lot more users on there, it's still going to be considerably cheaper than the competition. So I like using that. I'm going to move this off onto the other screen, just entering some of my personal information here. Okay, so I entered in all my information. There's only one thing that we need to do to get started, making sure that we have a list set up. So you come over here to lists. We should see one over here, right? We have our main list. We could change the name of this if we want. Okay, out of the main list. Now that the list is set up and we have an account, now we get to go back to our Shopify store. Okay. Now we're going to install MailChimp app. Click Get. This is going to install it on our store. It's going to ask us to log into the account that we just created. Okay, logging in, we're going to give it permission. This happens for every single app. Okay, you're going to install the app and give it permission to install on your store. Now we're going to select the list. Click Next. And we're done. Store is connected. So anytime anyone purchases a product from your store or fills out the newsletter form down here, they're automatically going to get set up into your MailChimp your MailChimp email list. Okay. We all know how important email marketing is. It's literally free money every single time we send the button. You want to make sure that we have this all set up to make sure that we have this ready to go. Okay. Fully set up. We're all good to go. And that's the first app that we have. Now, clicking over into the apps, now we see we have some installed apps. You can click over here to look at some of the details and stuff like that to make changes. And we're going to now install the next app that we have. Okay. Next one that we're doing is going to be our upsell app. Okay. The best upsell app by far, Boost Sales. Okay. Come over here. It's this yellow one, Boost Sales. It's an upsell app. Take a look at the little preview. Basically, what an upsell app is, when someone adds a product to store, you're going to get a little pop-up. Adds it to their cart. When someone adds a product to their cart, you're going to get a pop-up that says, hey, we saw that you added this product to cart. These products or this product is also recommended. It's basically trying to get people to purchase more than one product. Very, very great way to increase your average order value, make more money. Boost Sales is the way to do it. You get a 15-day free trial. So we're going to come over here and click Get. We're going to install the app. And this is going to set up upselling on here. Now, we're not going to be able to configure this. I always go for the $39 plan. Go over here and accept it. Okay, accept the charge. You get $39 a month once you go past the 15-day free trial. So we're going to get started in here. Basically, going to skip everything in here because we have no products to set up an upsell for. Okay, we'll set this up next week once we add our first products. But very, very easy to set up. Basically, we're going to come over here and we're going to add our first custom upsell. There's only 4 steps to enter, so very, very easy. And we're going to basically set this up. You just added this product to cart. We want you to buy this product as well. Okay, that's what an upsell is. Okay, very, very easy. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go and now reload the app page. We're going to have 2 apps. Now we're going to add our third app. This one is for abandonment emails. Okay, when someone adds a product to their store, right? Someone adds a product to their cart, but does not complete the checkout. That counts as an abandoned checkout. With Abandonment Protector, the app that we're going to install, right here, Abandonment Protector, it's $8 a month. It's going to automatically send emails to anyone who abandons their checkout. Okay, this is a great way to get people to come back to the site who didn't purchase for whatever reason. Okay, it's only $8. Very, very easy to set up. We're going to do it right now. Okay, we'll click Get. It's going to bring us back to our Shopify store to give it permission to install the app. Okay, and now it's going to bring us actually into the app once we approve the charge. Again, it's going to get a 21-day free trial here, so we're not going to get charged until that ends. Now we're inside of our app. Okay, you can go through these videos if you want. Take a look at the general settings first, but we're going to basically be setting up our email templates. Okay, What this is going to do is send email templates. I'm sorry, send 3 emails to our customer telling them, hey, come back to our store. Okay. Tons and tons and tons of templates here that we can pick. Okay. Pick any one that we want here. I'm going to go over here and preview this template. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to select the template. A couple things that we need to customize here. Okay. First of all, we're going to look at the time. We're going to, first of all, enable this template. Okay. We need to save it first. Okay. So we're going to customize a couple things we need to customize. One, I want to remove all non-product imagery from the email. This is basically going to increase the deliverability of your emails. Basically the difference between going to spam or going to inbox. So I want to make sure that there are no images in here. I'm removing the logo and I'm removing the social media icons. Okay, no images on the page. Now a couple things I want to do. First, customize the subject. So I like doing this one. I found this one gets me a pretty good open rate, basically trying to, for lack of a better word, trick the customer into thinking that something is wrong with an order. Okay, they're typically going to open an email about that. And obviously, we want them to open this email, right? That's the whole key. Inside the email, basically telling them, hey, we've saved your shopping cart. You can go directly back to the shopping cart. It will be a link that automatically gets generated for them and brings them back to their shopping cart. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, now I'll go to the second template. Okay, we'll go ahead and pick another template here. I'm going to pick the same one. Okay, same thing here. We want to select this template and we want to customize. So we're going to remove the image. We're going to remove the social networks. Okay, we're going to set our title. Your card is waiting for you. You see over here, it's going to send 5 hours after the first email. Okay. Okay, enabled it. Now we're going to go to the third. Pick another template. Select the template, and you know the drill here. We're going to remove. And we're going to remove here. And here one more time. Okay, this is going to be 18 hours after the first email. So if you do the math, they're going to be getting 3 emails all within the first 24 hours of our cart abandonment. Okay, so they're going to be hit 3 times, reminding them to, hey, come back and check out. Okay, that's all you need to do to get to actually get this set up. Over here, you're going to look at your stats. You should see somewhere between 1 and 5% abandoned recovery rate. Okay, if you're over 5%, you're doing a really good job of email recovery. So that means about 1 in every 20 abandoned checkouts will get recovered from using this app. So this app pays for itself every single month. Okay, so definitely you want to have Abandonment Protector installed for sure. Okay, so now we're going to come back over here. We're going to reload, and now we're going to talk about the dropship and print-on-demand apps that we need. Okay, we'll do dropshipping first. Okay, the dropship app that we're all going to use is called Oberlo. Okay, it's basically a way to automate the sourcing and fulfillment of products from AliExpress, and we're definitely going to be leveraging AliExpress to basically offer a lot of different dropship products into our store. Right. So the first thing we need to do is install Oberlo. I got a little link for you that's going to give you Oberlo free up until you make, I think, something like 30 sales. So you basically get to use Oberlo for free until you start making some money. That link is auto.justinciner.com. So make sure you bookmark that link. Again, auto.justinciner.com. Okay, so we'll go over here. It's going to send you to Oberlo, and it's going to give you the Oberlo free option. So we'll come over here and click Add Oberlo to Shopify. Again, this is auto.justinciner.com. Coming over here, clicking Add Oberlo. It's going to ask for permission. We're going to give it permission, and we're going to install the app on our store. Okay. Now, if it's the first time that you're using excuse me, if it's the first time that you're using Oberlo, it's going to ask you to install a Chrome extension. You'll be able to do that inside of settings as well if you haven't actually got that in there. But for the most part, it will prompt you to do that. Again, I have some of my stuff already checked off because I already have Oberlo set up for other stores. Okay, so what does Oberlo do? It does two things. Number one, it allows you to source products from AliExpress onto your store in just a matter of clicks. Okay, we'll do that in depth every single week once we start adding product to our store. Okay, that's going to be for next class. But we want to have this installed. Okay, that's going to be number one. Okay, number two, and I'll show you how you do that. In fact, you first search for product on AliExpress. Okay, you could even go to AliExpress, for example. And let's just find any product. Okay, how about this product? And we would take the URL and we'd copy it and we'd literally click import and we just paste in the URL. Okay, that would import the product. Right, product is being imported. Go to our import list. It's going to import the product from AliExpress. You see this cat toy. Imports it from AliExpress directly into Oberlo. Right. Obviously, we don't need to do that for this cat-related product because we're building a wedding store. But this is the process, right? Then we'd fill in all these fields and we push the product directly to our store. Okay, we're not going to do that right now, but that's the process. Okay, now that's half of what Oberlo does. The other half is more important. The other half is automatic fulfillment of a product. So when someone buys, let's say we added this cat product to our store and they bought it, right? Once someone buys the product, the old way to fulfill a dropship product is to go ahead and order this product yourself and then put in the customer's contact information when you're actually doing the fulfillment, right? That takes a long time. With Oberlo, they set this up for you automatically. I don't have any products in the store. I don't have any orders. Obviously, it's a brand new store. So I'll just show you the video right here. How to order products. I'll just show you this quick video. Whoops. All right. So you go over here. This is going to be your orders section. Okay, obviously we don't have any orders right now, but if we did, this would be the orders section of our Oberlo app. You'd have an orange button called Order Product. I want you to pay attention to his mouse once you click the Order Product button. Watch the mouse. Watch the mouse. Nothing is happening. You see over here, this is the Chrome extension. It's popping up a little message. What's happening is the Chrome extension is automatically pulling the customer's information and filling it in for you. Right? Look, his mouse is still not moving. You see all this stuff is changing. They blurred it out so they don't show the information. But you see his mouse has never moved. All this is happening automatically. Right? Shipping selected and form filling complete. It does it for you. The only thing that you need to do as the user is once this is all done, basically all you need to do is click this confirm and pay button. Everything else is done for you. Right? Everything else is filled in for you. Again, up to this point, his mouse has not moved. Right? Everything is doing it for him. So that's the benefit of Oberlo. It's going to do all the fulfillment for you, and it's going to fulfill a product in less than 30 seconds. I mean, if you were to do that manually, it would take, 5-10 minutes per product. Right? And when you're doing hundreds or thousands of products per week, that could take a huge amount of time. So Oberlo is going to save you literally 20 to 30 hours every single week. Okay? And we'll do this more in depth once we actually have products to add. Okay, but that's Oberlo. Again, you can get that at auto.justinscener.com. That's going to give you Oberlo free until you make 30 sales. All right, closing out of this, go back to our apps. All right, now the most important app, okay? It's going to be Custom Cat. Okay, Custom Cat, now you see we have 4 apps installed here. We're going to install our 5th and final app. Custom Cat is our print-on-demand app. They're by far the best print-on-demand option that's out there. And if you use my link, you're going to get a 14-day extended free trial. Okay, the normal free trial is only 7 days, so make sure you use my link. You get it free for a whole extra week. And again, the benefit of getting these extended free trials is our store won't even last 2 or 3 weeks if we're not going to make money in it, because we're going to be able to prove it so quickly that we'll know if it's worth sticking in or not. So very important to get these extended free trials that I'm offering. So to get this one, you're going to go to cc, the letter cc.justinscener.com. cc.justinscener.com is going to bring up my Custom Cat page. You can go through here and take a look at all this great stuff. take a look at the pricing. The main reason why everyone uses Custom Cat, it's only $6 for a t-shirt, only $18 for a hoodie. If you're comparing that to someone like Teespring, it's literally half price, which means you're going to make double the amount of money. In fact, you're going to sell a t-shirt for $22.99. It only costs you $6. You're going to make a significant margin on every t-shirt sold, right? Print on demand with Custom Cat is so great because not only is it super easy, the margins are significant. Okay. So again, go to cc.justinscener.com. I'll show you one more time. Okay, cc.justinscener.com. Scroll down over here, and you'll be able to actually go ahead and grab one of these options. You can either pay for it monthly or you could do it annually. Let's see a couple questions. How about T-Launch? I don't recommend them. Custom Cat is the only company that I recommend. I've tried every single print-on-demand company. Custom Cat is by far the best. So make sure you get that free trial, cc.justinscener.com. So come over here, get the annual option if you want to save a little bit of money, or you could just pay month to month. Click here, add to cart. It's going to bring you over here. You'll be able to check out. And once you pay for this app, you have to pay for this off of Shopify. This is not a paid Shopify app. Okay, you need to pay for it off of Shopify. Shopify won't charge you anything. And in fact, you won't be able to find this app in the Shopify app store. This is only a private app. Okay, this is why you need to pay for it. And again, you're going to get my 14-day free trial if you use the link over here at cc.justinscener.com. Okay, so once you have it, once you pay for it, it will bring you over into your Custom Cat members area. You'll go ahead and log in with the information that you got. Once you paid for it, you'll scroll down here, and this is where we're going to actually install the app on here. Basically, it's going to ask for your PayPal email address that you paid with. It's going to ask for your ugly store name, okay? Not your .com domain, but whatever the original myshopify.com domain is. You'll find this in your back end, okay? Right over here. So we're just going to copy this. Copy. Come back over here. Paste this in. Click Get Started, and it's going to bring us back into our Shopify store. We're going to give this access by giving it permission, and now it's going to bring us into our Custom Cat site. Okay, first thing we need to do, you see this big red bar. Your account is not active. Please set up your account to begin using this app. Click right over here. And I'm going to bring this over into the other screen and start entering in my information. Okay, I've been entering all my information, and now that I've done that, my account is now active. Okay, you see that red bar went away, and now we're inside of the Custom Cat section. Okay, we're going to come over here and click Add Product. This is how you're going to add your first t-shirt product. I'm going to just grab any random t-shirt I have. Okay, let's see what I got here. Okay, I'm just dragging in a t-shirt. Obviously, this is not going to be a wedding-related t-shirt design, but I'm just adding anything in there. So I'm dragging the design file in there, and we're going to upload the design. I'll talk about researching products in a little bit, where to get designs and stuff like that. But I've uploaded my design into this section right here. Actually, I have to select this option right here. So we have our design. You don't want to ever print on the back. It's going to really hurt your margin. Only front prints. Okay, so we have our design loaded. We're going to go to the next step. This is where we're going to actually select the products, and this is the main thing you want to pay attention to. Here's our $6 t-shirt, right? $6 t-shirt, you're going to sell for $22.99. You're going to make a lot of money on this. So we'll add this product. Maybe you want to add other products as well. For example, the hoodie. Add that right here. Go to the next section. This is where we're going to set our colors, right? Let's say we want black and red. We could also set it for black and red. Here's where we set our price. $39.99 for hoodies, select our grouping, example shirt. We'll group them together by pressing add to group. We'll press save. That's going to put them both on the same product page. And now we're going to press publish. And this is going to actually publish our first product from Custom Cat onto our store. Obviously, I'll delete this later on because this isn't a wedding shirt. But that's the entire process for adding a product to store. Super, super easy. So it's going to take a couple seconds to upload. Product is added. Now I'll show you it in the product section. Here's our example shirt. Now remember, we have a homepage collection. If I categorize this to the homepage section, we should be able to find this on our store. So loading up our store. Here's our product. Right now you see how everything looks nice with our different variants here, different colors, different sizes, quantity selector, add the product to cart. Right. We have our boost sales. Here's our little upsell app. Obviously, we need to configure this once we have some real products. Okay, we're checking out now, and we're going to move directly into the checkout process. And people can literally go ahead and purchase this shirt right now if they wanted because we have our payment set up. So that's Custom Cat, guys. Very, very easy, right? Nothing at all to be overwhelmed by in terms of apps. There's only 5 apps we're doing, right? If you're thinking that you need to install 15 apps, there's just too many, right? Maybe there are a couple apps that we'll add later on in terms of product reviews and stuff like that. But at this point, these are the only apps that you need to go live with your store. Okay. So I see a question. Why am I using incognito? Just because I have other stuff on my main browser. Okay. So we're talking about product research template. Now, I shared this inside of the group, so you can go ahead and take a look at the group on Facebook, and you can find this shareable link. But basically, this is going to be your guys' assignment for the next couple of days. I'm going to show how I do some basic AliExpress research. I want this document to be filled up. Hopefully we see 20, 30, 50, even 100 different products on this list. This is going to be our inventory of products that we can launch into our store through Oberlo or through Custom Cat. So everyone's going to have access to this. Again, you can find this inside of the group. And we're probably going to have our next class on Thursday. I want everyone to be adding products into this list. And you see, it's very simple. All you need to do, give the product name and give the link to AliExpress and put some notes in it. Basically, who's it for? Okay. If you're doing print-on-demand research, I'll show you how to do that as well. You don't need to include any links. Just basically give the idea. Or you could include a link over here to a screenshot or something that's similar. And that would be information that we would provide to the designer. But this is going to be an ongoing, always updated, 24/7, 365 days of the year. You're going to constantly be working on this spreadsheet, constantly adding product because you're in product research mode 24/7. Okay. Once you build your store, the only time you stop doing product research is when you shut down your store. So on every given week, you're going to see the schedule. Every single week, we're going to be launching product. You don't want to have to scramble to find product. You want to just go to your product spreadsheet, and if you want to launch 8 products this week, you just simply take the next 8 products from this list. So again, everyone has access to this list. I want you to be adding different products to this store. Okay, I've added a couple products already onto the store. I'll just show you some of the ones I've added. Okay, of course, we're doing our research on AliExpress. Now, here's a cool product, something unique. This is just a little hanger. Right? I thought this would be pretty cool. A hanger with the word bride on it, right? And obviously we can find one for groom as well. This would be perfect for actually giving as a gift for the bride or even for the bridesmaids, right? So definitely this is the type of product that I think is going to do very well in our store, right? No one's going to come to our store to buy a dress, but they're definitely going to come to our store to buy utility items for the wedding. They're going to buy little accessories. They're definitely going to buy gifts, right? Brides and grooms are going to buy gifts for their guests, and vice versa, right? You have the best man, you have the maid of honor, you have the bridal party, you have the parents of the bride, parents of the groom, family members, the bride and groom themselves, et cetera, et cetera. Tons and tons of gift giving involved in the wedding. I think we're going to have a lot of success there. And basically what we need to find are products that contain intrigue. Okay, intrigue is the magic word here, right? Notice I'm not saying anything about products that are going to sell, products that are going to make you $1 million, products that are going to make you 8 figures, products that are going to scale to 100 sold overnight. I'm not mentioning any of that. The only thing you're looking for in product research is intrigue, because everything else only comes from testing. You'll have zero idea if a product's going to work, Zero idea, right? The only thing that you could look for is product intrigue. And that's the idea of putting yourself into the shoes of your potential customer, right? You're someone who's in the wedding niche. You're scrolling through Facebook. What's going to intrigue you enough to stop you from scrolling, right? Think about you when you're on your phone and you're just thumbing through the Facebook news feed real quick. You're going 50 miles an hour, looking at every single post on there. What's going to make you stop, right? If you believe that you can find a product that's going to make someone stop on the news feed, that is enough intrigue for me, right? Now, here's my theory on products. Products are a dime a dozen, right? There are literally millions of products, especially when you start talking about print on demand, when you create the product yourself, there's an infinite amount of products out there. There are only so many targeting options, which means in order to succeed in this business, you're going to have to every single week launch product after product after product until you exhaust all your different targeting options. That's the way to find a winner, right? Do you know if a product's going to be a winner? No. Do you know if a product's going to sell one? No. Do you know if a product's going to sell 1 million? No. The only thing that you can know is, as a potential customer in the niche, is this product intriguing to me? Okay. And what I want you to do is fill in this huge spreadsheet. I want to go down to at least row 50 with products that contain intrigue for the niche. That's all. That's the only way you can do it. If someone tells you that they know how to research winning products, they're lying to you. No one knows what a winning product is until someone goes ahead and takes out their credit card and buys it on your site. Okay, that's the only way to find a winning product. Right now, there are certainly indications of winning products. For example, let's say we wanted to come over here. Do a search for wedding gifts. Okay. Now, what is a good indication of a winning product? Come over here and click orders. Okay, this is going to sort the results by orders. You see over here, 4,062 orders, 2,655 orders, 2,000 orders, 1,900 orders, 1,900, 1,800, 1,800, 1,600, right? That tells you that there is some demand for the product, but that's no guarantee that it will sell. Okay, definitely a good indication that it might. But the only thing that you need to be worried about, is product intrigue. Okay? Product intrigue. And Shopify, Eli says, what's the Shopify discount? I shared that earlier. Share it one more time. Shopify.com/Scener. Okay, Shopify.com/CENER. Make sure you bookmark that link. Okay? So again, this is on you guys. I want you guys to literally be filling this spreadsheet up with products that you think are going to contain intrigue. Okay? I don't care if they sell or not. We're going to do the testing to figure out. I just want products that are going to be intriguing. Okay? So here's another product that I found. Again, under the idea that no one's buying the dress, right? No one's buying the tuxedo. They're not going to buy the bow tie. They're not going to buy, the centerpiece for the wedding. But I mean, this is a very clever, unique gift that, people may have not have seen before, right? Gifting for weddings is huge. And don't just think about during the wedding, right? That's why this is a very healthy niche. As soon as someone gets engaged, the gifting starts. Engagement parties, bridal showers, bridal parties, best man, maid of honor, the parents of the bride, etc. There's millions of gifts to give, right? Here's another intriguing product. Do I think this product is going to sell? I have no idea. Do I think that it's intriguing? Absolutely, right? And I also have an indication that people think it's popular because it sold close to 1,800 pieces. Okay? Here's another example, right? Just something that's intriguing, right? All of these nice little, these are more or less utility items for the wedding, right? They're not the centerpiece of the wedding. No one's going to buy the centerpiece of a wedding off of a random website. But they'll definitely buy accessories, gifts, before and after things, right? This is perfect, right? Perfect. Okay? Do I think this product is going to sell? No idea. Do I think it has intrigue? Do I think that it could stop people from scrolling through the news feed? Absolutely. And again, that's what we're looking for. So you could do a bunch of searches. Search for wedding, search for bride, groom, marriage, best man, maid of honor, bridal party, wedding shower. Search for everything, right? Search for everything. And I want you guys to fill up this list with anything that you find to be intriguing. On our next call, we're actually going to do the process of adding product to our store, creating the Facebook ads, creating the Facebook imagery, setting the targeting, and actually launching the ads live. That's what's going to be on our next class, and that's going to correspond to our schedule that I'm going to show you next time. But again, look inside of the Facebook group here. you're going to find the link for this. I want you all to be adding at least 5 products to this list. We have 50 people in this course. We should have at least 250 products in this list by Thursday. Okay, make sure that you contribute to this product research. It's only going to benefit yourself by figuring out how to do that good research. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the schedule now. Here is our schedule. Now, you could certainly change this. This is the schedule that I do. I'll tell you why I like to do this, but this is my schedule, okay? And we're going to start with the heavy days, okay? The heavy days are on Wednesday and Thursday, okay? On Wednesday of every week, you're going to go to your spreadsheet, and you're going to take 8 products, and you're going to add those products to your store. They're going to be either through Custom Cat, or they're going to be through Oberlo, whether it's print on demand or drop shipping, okay? You're going to add those products to the store. I'm going to show you how to do that on our next class. You're then going to create the ad graphics for each of those products. Again, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. You are then going to also do ad management and customer service. And if you notice, ad management and customer service is every single day. Every single day you'll be looking at your ads. Every single day you'll be doing customer service. That should take you somewhere between an hour and 2 hours every day. Okay. So Wednesday, you're basically adding the products to your store and you're creating the ad graphics. Okay. Thursday is your real heavy day. You're going to launch all of your 8 ads live. So you're going to create the fan page post. You're going to create the targeting. You're going to create the actual ad inside of your ads manager, and you're going to launch them live on Thursday morning. Now, why do I launch on Thursday mornings? Typically, the weekend is going to be your best result. So if I launch Thursday, it's going to optimize on Thursday and Friday. And then if you have a winner, you're going to be able to scale it on Saturday and Sunday. These ads are going to be $5 a day for 5 days. And I'm going to show you, I'll set these up literally live in front of you on our next call. Okay. So Wednesday and Thursday are your only heavy days. Everything else is basically about an hour or 2 hours of work total. Friday, you'll do email marketing, right? Once a week, we're going to be sending emails. Obviously, way too early to be doing that. We're going to be doing that a couple months into your store. Once you have a significant amount of emails, you'll be able to do that through email marketing through MailChimp. And of course, you'll also be doing your ad management and customer service. You'll be doing that on every single day. Okay. Product research, again, like I said, 24/7, 365. You're doing that for the life of your store, and you're never going to stop. Okay. Now, Saturday, Sunday, the lightest days, again, just because I want to have the weekends to be a little bit light, all I'm doing is product research, ad management, customer service. Same thing on Monday as well. Tuesday, basically, this is actually specific to one-on-one coaching, but on Tuesday, you're going to be reviewing your ad results, right? Because on Thursday, if you launch it, it can be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Those are 5 days, right? You want to let your ads run for 5 days, $5 a day. Once you meet that $25 mark, that would be Tuesday morning. You'd go in there and we'd make our cut and scale decisions, and we'll cover that in depth in the 3rd class, right? So class 1, we're all about setting up. Class 2, we're actually launching our first ads. Class 3, we're reviewing our ads. And literally those 3 classes, there'll be more than those 3 classes, but those 3 classes will show you the entire process of what happens in a week's worth of Shopify store. Every single week, you're going to do the same thing. So you see this is a Monday to Sunday calendar. After this is over, it restarts, right? You do the same thing every single week. So this calendar is all about building consistency to your business, right? Following this calendar, let's say, if you do this calendar exactly, you'll know what you're going to be doing every single Thursday. You'll know what you're going to need to be doing every single Wednesday. You'll know that you'll need to be doing product research every day and customer service every day. You'll know on Fridays that you'll be doing your email marketing, right? This builds a sense of stability and consistency in your business, and that's something that's going to help you out a lot. So you could skip and change these dates around if you want to meet your own schedule, but this is the schedule that I like. Definitely want to have a schedule set up. Okay, so last couple things. Get your questions ready because we're going to open up question and answer in a couple minutes. So what are the goals of this Shopify live training? I want to show you every step that it takes to get to $100 to $200 a day in sales, okay? Obviously, that's going to be setting up our store. We accomplished most of that today. We're going to go ahead and get a logo built out by my graphic designer later on this week. I want to show you how to do product research, right? I told you about the intrigue factor. We're going to have a huge list of products, and we're going to start adding product to our store, and we're just going to start testing. Again, there is zero way to know if a product is going to work until you test it. Okay, and I'm going to show you my niche testing strategy in the next class that's going to effectively allow you to test products very cheaply. On top of that, you need to understand how to run profitable ads. We're going to do that all next class. And then probably most importantly, you need to understand how to do cut and scale decisions. You need to know what data to look at. You need to look at what stats to look at, what key stats are important in order to understand if a ad is working or not. And that's going to be class 3, right? We're going to actually look at live ad results. And then once that happens, who knows what's going to happen after that, right? We have to make our decisions based on the ad results that happen from there. Hopefully, we'll find a product that we can scale. If not, we're going to go right back to our product list and launch more product. So in terms of goals here, I would hope to hit $100 to $200 a day in revenue, typically going to be about 33 to 35% net profit within our first 4 to 5 classes. Okay, that could take about 2 to 3 weeks to hit. If we don't hit any winning products in that route, we're going to have to reevaluate. But this training will definitely continue until we hit our $100 to $200 a day revenue goal. Okay. So that being said, time for question and answer, guys. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to post some questions. I'll do my best to answer them all. Of course, you also have the Facebook group to post questions in there. More than happy to answer them in there. I'm going to process this recording as soon as we're done, and I will share the recording link in the group. But now's your one chance to do some live Q&A, so go ahead and post them in there, and I'll answer them the best of my ability. Let's see what we got here. After launching so many stores and products, have you noticed your intuition about product intrigue improving? Absolutely, but I don't think that you're like in terms of finding a product. It's more about understanding the niche. Like I definitely have some good intuition about what products will sell, but every niche is differently. Every niche acts differently. So you'll basically find that you'll get better inside the niche week after week, right? So let's say week 1, you might have no indication of what products work. By week 4, you'll have a very good indication because you're going to see the ad results. You're going to read the ad results, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to understand all of the different ad metrics that are very important, and those will paint a very clear picture about what's working and what's not. What else? Let's see. Do you know who does printing on shoes? I think Pillow Profits does it. Print Trends do it. I use Print Trends myself. Is there an issue to sell products that have crossover with big named brands, such as a baby shirt that has SpongeBob on it? Yeah, you absolutely cannot do that. You need to stay far away from any type of trademark infringement, any type of brand, TV show, movie, sports team. You're not allowed to do any of that. Oberlo versus Dropified. I don't really use Dropified. It's more expensive. Oberlo is going to do pretty much all of the same. They both work about the same way. So I think it'd be fine to do either. The reason why I recommend Oberlo is because it's free for the first 30 sales. So you don't need to pay anything to use it. So I think that's a big benefit. Is there any benefit of selling gift products over utility products? It depends on what the niche is. I think for the most part, people don't want to buy utility products from you in terms of like, in my cat store, no one's buying cat litter from my store, but they're absolutely going to buy a shirt that says, I love cats, right? Very, very different setup. NFL sports teams, Game of Thrones, League of Legends have to stay away from anything that looks like that. You can't use any marks from third parties. Should I get into action right away? Yeah, I definitely would. I mean, you could definitely get your store built based on what you saw today. When you find a winning product, how long does it typically sell? It's a good question. It's going to depend very drastically on your niche. If your niche is 500,000 people in size and my niche is 50 million people in size, I want to be able to let my product last a lot longer. The wedding niche, I think, was something like 8.8 million people in terms of targetable in the United States. That's, if you find a winning product, it should definitely last for, weeks, if not months. About the shipping time, do you think we need to ship fast in the wedding niche? I don't think it's any different than any other niche. Again, people are not going to be buying their wedding dresses on our site. I have some POD shirts with awesome engagement, but 0 link clicks. What's the correlation between intrigue and buying desire? There's absolutely no correlation at all. Intrigue is just basically the metric that I use to determine what products I want to test. But in terms of continuously testing a product, I believe that every product only deserves one test. So if you have a product that gets tested once and does not do well, there are some cases where the stats might tell you to test it again, but in most cases, I tell you to just skip the product, leave it. in your store, but never spend any more money on it. Because again, products are a dime a dozen. You could test 1 million products in any niche. Okay, where did I leave off? Does Oberlo allow step-by-step ordering? I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what step-by-step ordering is, but it does the full fulfillment for you, like you saw on that video today. What do you do with refunds? Typically, I'm just going to have them refund the item. I don't allow exchanges, but refunds, you have to allow refunds. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of chargebacks. So I don't want to receive any product, so I basically just tell them to donate the item. For this new niche store, should I use a new account? Yes. You always want to use a new ads account for every store. What's the longevity of a store? A winning product should last you, 4, 5, 6 weeks, maybe longer. And that's why every single week you need to be launching new product. You can't just rest on having one winning product. If I have a great winning product last week, I don't care. I'm still launching a lot of products this week. And if I find another winner, I still don't care. I'm launching a lot of products the next week, and on and on and on. With a non-business Facebook account, can you create multiple pixels? No. You need business.facebook.com for that. In your experience, how many products does it take to find a winner? 10 to 20 on average. That number should get lower once you are in a niche longer. What are your thoughts on building a brand in a niche that you're knowledgeable about? I think it's definitely the best way to go. Being able to talk the talk, walk the walk, very, very, very beneficial, because it's going to make your marketing messaging come through a lot more clear. It's going to resonate with your customers. So that's why I picked the cat store as my first niche, because I'm a big cat fan myself. This store is going to be a 50-50 split, print on demand and AliExpress. Who knows which ones are going to take off, but I'd much rather sell print on demand than AliExpress. What about Recart app? Never heard of it, to be honest. I don't use that. Why did you not add a review app? I might add them later on once I actually have some customers, but I have no reviews to get. Will Facebook allow us to identify people who have wedding events? Yes, that's the base targeting in there. So we have 8.8 million people that are going to be getting married shortly. Are we going to test free plus shipping products? Perhaps, if we find some good products to put in there. Let's see. Have you tried paid Shopify themes? I've used Parallax theme. Not a big fan of it, but I really actually think the free themes are better. What do you think about watches, jewelry? I don't believe that those are niches. I think those are types of products. Like you could have like a cat ring or a dog bracelet, but those aren't niches to me. Is there a way around the Oberlo cashback issue? Yes, check out cashback.justinscener.com and you'll find the updated instructions. Scaling internationally. Yeah, definitely. Scaling internationally is one of the scaling strategies that I teach inside the bootcamp. We're not going to get into all the scaling strategies. I'll cover probably just the basic ones in this course. But yeah, scaling internationally is definitely a very, very great scaling option. You don't need to wait for your U.S. audience to run out. You should be scaling internationally once you have some good scales going on. Should I test product with all interest groups? Nope. You just test one product with one interest group. Every product only deserves one test. How reliable is AliExpress with delivery? Some are very reliable, some are not. Basically, no one's going to care about you until you start giving them volume. So you're just going to have to start working with some. Once you find that you can move a lot of volume for them, you'll find that they'll work a lot harder for you. Are you going to get into creating a new Facebook ad account? I already did. You saw my new Facebook ad account right inside there. I created that pixel right there. So that's what a new ad account is. All you got to do is go into business.facebook.com and you'll be able to create up to 5 ads accounts right off the bat. You could even email Facebook and they'll give you even more. Have you ever considered becoming an affiliate to sell trademark products? No, I haven't looked into that. No margin on affiliate stuff. Do you start a new ad account for each store? Absolutely. All right, guys. So this is we're just crossed over the 2-hour mark on here. So I'm going to stop this recording. I'm going to get to processing this. Feel free to post more questions inside of that group there in our Facebook private group. I'll be happy to answer any questions in there. I'm going to post the registration link for our next webinar. It's likely going to be Thursday morning. Looks like that's going to be August 17th. So Thursday, August 17th, that's tentatively going to be our schedule. We're going to probably do 9 a.m. Pacific again, so we're going to do a lot of work that day. We're going to actually launch our products. By that time, I will have our, what do you call it? I will have our logo in there, and I'll have that fully updated, so our store is going to be fully ready to go. We'll build our fan page live together. We'll build our ads together. We'll talk about which products we're going to launch, and we're literally going to launch live ads directly on the next class. So should be a lot of great stuff. It would be awesome if we make a first sale on next Thursday. That would be awesome. And guys, stay tuned to the group. I'll be posting the replay sometime later tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever it finishes. But otherwise, guys, give me some feedback in here. How was this first class? Give me some 8s in the chat box if you learned something, if you thought this was worth your time, if you enjoyed the class here. Let me see those 8s in the chat box right now, and definitely give me some feedback on everything that you guys saw here. We're going to be covering a lot in the next class as well. Like I said, you're really going to enjoy watching me do the live ad targeting research, showing you really the entire process of how I do my ad targeting, how I build my ads, and then you'll see my my actual ads up there. So stay tuned for updates. I'll be posting them in the group in between now and Thursday. I'll show you the logo once I get my designer to work on that. Appreciate all the feedback on here, guys. Definitely means a lot. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the group. Stay tuned for that replay, and have a great day.